It's a retro kind of day at Hull City. Well, hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today we're going to discuss everything Jaden Philogene and Jacob Greaves as their summers remain with lingers of hope and desperation for Hull City, and the announcement and release of some retro kits officially by Hull City. So first crack into the Jaden Philogene, Jacob Greaves scenario that will be an ongoing topic this summer. Jaden Philogene is set for a bit of a unsteady summer as things seem to be lining up for Hull City. Plenty of Premier League interest has been reported over the past months. We're talking about into the end of last season. We'll go through some of his stats for Hull City this past season and what the future may hold for Jaden Philogene. So Jaden Philogene contributed with 12 goals for the Tigers. Across that, he had a lead in all of these attacking stats with percentage of team goals scored in 17.6%, shots 115, shots on target 39, an XG of 8.2, a non-penalty XG of 7.4, dribbles were 189, successful dribbles 87, progressive carries 152, carries into final third 73, and carries into penalty area 87. All of that leading the attacking statistics for Hull City. Along with that, the passing statistics, he led in assists with 6, a expected assists of 5.0, a shots creation action of 126. He also held some defending statistics for Hull City. In tackles was 78, the most for the team, and then of course possession, with being a key player, he had 336 progressive passes received, the most in the team, along with the most touches in the attacking third, which was 831, and then the most touches in attacking penalty area, which was 180. So, leading all of them stats for Hull City, who ended up in 7th in the league. Of course, it's going to bring a lot of attention without it being Jaden Philogene. Of course, it's Jaden Philogene at the end of the day, a man who has come from Aston Villa on a very, very good deal for Hull City, may I add. He's going to be having a lot of interest that he's already had extended throughout this summer. We'll see in the next few weeks, as Adjan said in the press conference the other day, the next few weeks will be the telltale signs whether we will be losing Jaden Philogene or Jacob Greaves. Adjan is remained to turn down any bid unless the players want to leave. So, where would Jaden Philogene be happy in going? I don't see him going to one of the newly promoted sides. I don't see him going to any other championship rivals. I think he will stay at Hull City unless there is a big move coming in from one of the sides in the topper area of that Premier League. One of the so-called mainstays in the Premier League. Maybe a return to Aston Villa. Of course, he's not an Aston Villa player, so you can get out that out your minds, Villas. But, of course, he could return there. He has had good form there. Whether he'd make it into the side there, who knows? I think he does want to be playing week in, week out. So where is a side that could provide that? Maybe a side like Crystal Palace or a Brentford. We know that they have been loosely interested in Jaden Philogene so far. So we will keep reported on this one on the channel, and hopefully we can hold on to Jaden Philogene for another season of wonders from the young English international. Of course, his camaraderie, Jacob Greaves, his summer is a little bit more shaky, shall we say. So we'll go through his stats now, and then we'll go on to the fact that we might actually not see Jacob Greaves back in a Hull City shirt. So, some stats that he led. Of course, defending-wise, tackles 153, led the team. Clearances 198, he led the team in that. Interceptions 120, led the team there. And then a plus-minus, which averages goals scored minus the goals allowed whilst on the pitch. He led the team with a plus 12. So he was more of a positive attribute. He was the best positive attribute on the team, on the pitch, whilst we were scoring goals and not conceding as many. Of course, he is Hull City's Player of the Season for this season. Got many awards at the end of the season awards just a few weeks ago now. Of course, made it into Championship Team of the Season. Fantastic achievement there. So, what will the future hold for Jacob Greaves? We know that he's had interest from Everton. That was early reported midway through last season. He's also got a bit of interest from Brentford. Interest is mounting as well from West Ham. I think a West Ham move might be a bit interesting for Jacob Greaves and his style of play. I think that West Ham would be the better move for him if he was to go anywhere. Of course, at the end of the day, it's going to be where he wants to play. He's openly stated that he wants to play in the Premier League, and it's not a state of KLP, where KLP is just quickly dashing away to get his first break into the Premier League. We know Jacob Greaves has the interest since KLP. He was wanting to try and make his way out then, decided against it to stay at Hull City for another season or two at the club. He has had 2 fantastic seasons whilst being at the club. Last season, narrowly missing out on a lot of Player of the Season awards and all that sort of goodness. Of course, this season, he's been even more fantastic, grabbing goals, important goals. We'll not forget Huddersfield away. Adrian has come out saying that he's desperately pleading with Jacob Greaves to stay at the club, but it doesn't seem likely, as he does want to move away to the Premier League, and Adrian is not one to deter away from a player's wants and aspirations, and of course their development at the end of the day. Of course, it will come with a big cash influx when Jacob Greaves decides to go, whether it be to an Everton, a Brentford, a West Ham, or another team that haven't fully revealed themselves yet. Of course, the next 2 or 3 weeks will be a big telltale sign on that. But it will come with a big cash influx, and that cash influx, I think, will benefit Hull City more than keeping hold of Jacob Greaves. Of course, we all want to see Jacob Greaves stay. We want to see him playing in the Hull City shirt. We want to see him scoring the goals, keeping the clean sheets, helping that defensive line. I think he will do well under Tim Volta. I think that he will do well in that style of play, that system. But it does seem like it is the time for Greaves to move on for himself and for the club as a financial benefit. He probably will fetch in close to a 10 to 20 mil. In that range will probably be around the asking price for the player of a standard of Greaves. That influx there will help increase what we can bring in, though. Of course, we've only got 14, 15 million to play around with at the moment that is in Adrian's pockets. Of course, selling players will increase that, and this sell could increase that quite a lot, bringing in quite a few more players, because we do need the quality and also the depth of players that Tim Volta wants. A player that could be coming in, not quite to replace Jacob Greaves, because this is a winger after all, a 20-year-old winger from Aalborg BK, I believe that's how you pronounce the team's name, has openly reposted rumours of him coming to Hull City over on his Instagram stories of Fadil Daniel Matos. He has reposted some rumours of him coming to Hull City. It was one of them Google little news alert things that one of his mates or someone had posted on their story. He reshared that with the English flag. He is at the moment playing for the AAB reserves over in Denmark, I believe. He has the nationality of Luxembourg, a 20-year-old born on the 1st of June 2004, so newly 20 years old. Happy birthday for 6 days ago. He is a winger with the preferred foot of a right-footed. At the moment, he is playing with the shirt number 80. Of course, that doesn't mean anything, playing for reserve side. He does have quite a lot of pedigree over there for a youth player. Not too much is known about him, so it will be more of a watch while this one develops signing if Hull City do pull it off. I think that he will go straight into that academy setup, and we'll see if he can make his way into the first team by the end of the season. It'll be a situation a little bit similar to when Harry Vaughan first came, along with that sort of style, where he's coming in, officially a under-21s academy announcement, and then obviously as he develops throughout the season and as we fully know his true potential and what he can provide to Tim Volta and his side, he could make his way into the first team. And let's finish it off with some retro news. Of course, Hull City today at the MKM Stadium, they are holding a nice little walk down memory lane, is what they've called it, a Heritage Day over at the stadium. It has gone on from 10:30 this morning through to 7 p.m. if you've been over there, let me know how it was. I couldn't quite make it over. But Hull City were feeling even more nostalgic today as they had released, along with Match Winner UK, the retro kits from the 1990 to 92 seasons. The tracksuit top and also home shirt from those seasons are on sale. And they were quickly sold out. Don't worry, I have got mine on order. Spent close to 90 quid on the pair of them, and they will be arriving, and I will do an unboxing once they arrive to have a closer look at these. So hopefully you managed to get them. I'm sure they'll come back in stock at some point. It's just obviously to keep demand high and keep the interest high. They have a limited run at certain points, limited releases. But of course, as we've seen with the retro stuff in the past, they have always come back on sale. So I'm going to throw a few pictures up on the screens now of the home shirt, which is lovely with the bonus sponsor across the front, the old badge on the chest, and then obviously with the Match Winner logo there, and it looks quite nice. Hopefully the making quality is quite nice. Of course, it's got that classic retro feel to it, and of course the tracksuit does as well. I'm really looking forward to repping that tracksuit and that home shirt to games next season. Of course, pre-season as well. We'll see where the pre-seasons get announced. Of course, we're not that far away from when Ajun said we was going to get that pre-season announcement for that interesting game. So, lovely combo there. Hopefully you managed to grab some. If not, as I say, there will be more on sale, most likely. A fantastic little homage to the past on a Heritage Day at the MKM Stadium. And hopefully Hull City can replicate what has been done in the past this next season with a return to the Premier League. And maybe, alongside it, a cheeky cup run or stuff. But let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on the Jaden Philogene, Jacob Greaves scenario. Of course, the new retro kits and all the transfer news and goodness. You want to stay tuned to the YouTube channel by liking and subscribing, as I will keep you up to date on everything Hull City with near enough daily videos. So, like and subscribe, and up the Tigers.